and resume. I had to delete some of my other vlogs. I usually delete them as soon as they're done, but this time I didn't. So let's talk about panels. If you have that fiery passion inside of you for a specific thing, if you can be analytical about your process for it, if you are not one of those people who's like, I just do a thing and then it happens and I don't know, it was just easy for me. If you're that person, please don't do panels. Please don't do teaching panels, because that is super frustrating if you're in the audience and worthless. But if you can demonstrate how you do what you do, if you can talk about it, if you are familiar with the brands, if you are familiar with what goes well with what, you might be well suited to leading panels or leading workshops. And I actually prefer doing workshops because I love demonstrating for people, if you guys haven't figured that out. I love demonstrating for people. I love giving them a chance to get involved, to ask me questions so I can demonstrate specific things, because I want to help people solve their problems. When I make comics, I want to help people escape crummy situations that they are not currently empowered to escape. And when I make art, I want to help people escape and feel inspired. And when I do tutorials, I want to give you guys wings. So if you feel that way too, leading tutorials, leading panels, leading workshops might be a very excellent choice for you. Next, do you like kids? I know so many people who don't like kids. You know what? That's okay. You are free to not like kids. I love kids. I like teaching. I have taught itty bitty 3-year-olds, which I actually didn't really enjoy because that was kind of sprung on me. I was told I'd be having 10-year-olds. I like all ages, as long as I know what I'm getting ahead of time. I have taught elementary art. I have taught middle school art. I have taught high schoolers. I have taught undergrads. I like teaching kids. I am a big kid. I am super immature. So like I enjoy teaching kids. And one of the things I really love about that is like when you show them something, a trick or a technique or a skill, and it clicks for them, you can see that magic. And I come from a family of teachers and educators, so like maybe I got the bug. I don't know. I do not really want to teach full-time art in a public school setting because for reasons. But I would love to do like one-on-one art tutoring or helping kids prep their portfolios, that sort of stuff. Very guided, very specific efforts, which is also what I like doing in panels. And since I love comics and no one else thinks comics are fine art, I don't know if I could teach an entire year of school on oh no wait, that's a lie. I know I could teach a year of school on comics. I don't know of any school that would let me teach a year of comics. I mean, that's why I got my master's degree from SCAD, because it's an accredited degree. It means something. It is like one of the only master's degrees in comics in the United States that is an actual master's degree. So you don't need that, though, to teach panels. You really don't. You need experience. You need to be humble. You need to be analytical. You need to be friendly. You need to be outgoing. You need to be able to explain things in a succinct manner. If someone does not understand what you're saying, instead of getting frustrated or repeating the same thing you said 6 times over, like one of my high school math teachers, you need to find a new way of explaining the topic, and you need to be willing to work with people until they can get it. And there's a lot of people who don't have it in them, and you shouldn't feel bad if that's not you. And that is fine. You know, we all have our gifts. We all have our talents. Do not beat yourself up over this. I am not presenting panels as like, oh, everyone should do them. No, I'm saying if you want to do it, if you think that's fun, if you enjoy sharing, these are the qualities that you would benefit from having to do it. So next thing, you need to present some demo material, and you guys could check out my channel because I have several workshops that I've recorded as demo material. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You could just record a few tutorials, and usually that's enough to get you started. And an easy way to get started is to volunteer. You can volunteer at your local anime con. Many of them are happy to have you do some panels for free, especially if you have those tutorials up and you can demonstrate that you're familiar with the topic and then you know what you're talking about. Libraries and schools are a lot harder. Even with my master's degree, it is really hard for me to get libraries to just give me a chance. So part of that is you don't want, if you're doing comics, there are still people out there who are not comics friendly, are not interested in what you have to say, think what you do is a waste of time. So you have to find a way around those people. When I was first trying to get the attention of the Nashville Public Library, I emailed a bunch of people, all of which were just like, and dropped the ball. And I had to keep emailing and keep talking to people and keep nagging because you have to demonstrate that you want it. And I still have not convinced my hometown library to actually let me lead a teen workshop during the summer. Womp womp, Luling, sorry. Next is schools. And that is I have worked with some homeschool groups before, but that was, I'd met the mother at a show and she was really into my stuff and her kids really liked my comic, so she wanted me to come in. But I am working on public school things. The visits that I had done in the past were through SCAD. I did several internships. I also was part of the Comics in the Curriculum program, which used comics as a way of teaching storytelling and creative writing to middle school kids. So I've been involved in those kinds of projects, but just because you have those credentials, if you live in an area that is not amenable to what you do, it's going to be an uphill battle. And you're going to run out of energy sometimes and have to take a break, but keep fighting, keep putting stuff out there, keep updating your demo reel, keep volunteering. And this is not even talking about doing panels for pay. This is just how to get your stuff out there. So let's talk about resources. One, I have a load of panel demonstration, panel workshops here on the YouTube channel. You can click this playlist here to see that or to check those out. They're on all sorts of things. And I presented most of them with my friend Heidi Black, who has now moved to San Jose, so we can't do panels as much together. But we're going to be doing one for APE next year on tables. So, that's really awesome. Two, there is a podcast, Lean Into Art. I think that's the one I was on. Jersey does several of them, actually. That guy does not stop. But I was a guest on one of them, and we talk about getting involved with your local library, getting involved with a school, getting involved with conventions, and how to lead those sort of workshops. And you guys should definitely check that out. And I'm going to link that here. Jersey is also the founder of Art Sound Off, which is this thing that I am participating in. And I think I discussed doing panels for SCAD over on my blog, but I'm going to have to go look those links up. So I hope you guys found this like a good little litmus test for whether or not you would be a good fit for panels. If you have questions or need clarification or need specific examples, don't feel guilty about hitting me up in the comments. Please let me know. I would love to help. Art Sound Off is all about sharing our knowledge and art journaling. So that is what I am doing. Let's see. I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in my hot mess of a studio. I will see you guys again tomorrow with another Art Sound Off. Bye!